I don't have to have enough power to hurt him. I just got to beat him. That's it. If he slip up, then, you know, he will get hurt.
And what I'm seeing is I see a hungry Crawford, a Crawford that has been looking for the opportunity for a long time, finally getting the opportunity.
As the showdown approaches, Terence Crawford exudes complete faith in his skills, fully prepared for the looming battle. Meanwhile, Canelo Alvarez leans into his wealth of experience, reminding critics that he's gone toe-to-toe with fighters like Crawford before. Canelo insists he'll rely on his full arsenal of technique and ring knowledge to claim victory. As both men prepare for war, the intensity rises, with each aiming to prove their place at the pinnacle.
Dealing with this.
You know, I'm been in this sport like so many years. I had so many good fights in my career, and I had the experience to adapt myself to these kind of fighters. I fight everybody out there, every style, and I'm gonna do my job and put all my experience, all my talent there, and that's it.
Terence Crawford walks into this battle filled with confidence, declaring he's capable of defeating any fighter in front of him. His statements during media events show a man who believes in his training and talents. But numbers reveal another side. Canelo Alvarez, with 67 fights against elite opponents, has ring wisdom few can match. Crawford's 41 pro bouts, though strong, are less in volume compared to Canelo's experience in pressure-filled fights. That gap may be vital when the fight unfolds, as tiny decisions often decide the victor.
Know how great Terence Crawford is, but they don't know how great Terence Crawford is at 168.
Terence in his bag right now. He's going third person, you feel me? But yeah, like Terence has every right to talk his shit literally here. He's being respectful and fair play, but the questions are the ones he's asking, the ones he knows are being asked. What's he look like at 168? Can he take the power? Is he going to be too small? Is he going to be able to deal with Canelo's experience over time, right? Even though Terence is the older fighter, he has, I think, 20 less fights than Canelo does, or maybe more. I think more than 20. And also, you know, competition level. This will be the most skilled, most experienced, biggest, strongest fighter that Terence Crawford's ever faced.
Canelo has faced some of the fiercest names in boxing history throughout his storied career. These battles sharpened his endurance and mental game. In contrast, Crawford hasn't yet stood opposite such elite warriors. While he's dismantled top-tier fighters, he hasn't battled opponents like Triple G, who bring raw strength and strategy. This lack of exposure to top-level adversity could impact the bout's rhythm, possibly giving Canelo the edge when the fight gets grueling.
Everything is on Terence Crawford's side, all the legacy, meaning he only has the opportunity to win the belts. Saul only has an opportunity to defend them. Terence Crawford has an opportunity to be in a 5 division and the only person to win all 4 belts in 3 separate weight divisions. Why is Saul taking this fight? And I'm going to tell you why. Because there's some things in life more important than just the belts. And that 20-year career that Terence Crawford made, that all that he has, is very valuable. Very, very valuable. He had 1 foot out the game, and if he can be the man to defeat him, because remember, if Saul beats him, Terence Crawford was the first man to get all 4 belts in 2 separate weight divisions. Yes, I beat that champion. Yes, I beat the multiple division champion, and he had the oath.
Roy Jones Jr. offers a layered opinion, saying Crawford's greatest trial will be handling Canelo's power and firing back. Jones believes that sharp boxing often defeats pure strength. He thinks if Crawford withstands the physical attack, his ring intelligence, footwork, and accuracy might shift momentum. Jones underlines that the basics timing, spacing, anticipation can counter brute force. Ultimately, Crawford's success hinges on whether his skills survive Canelo's pressure and punishment.
So far, there's some pushing and shoving going on. The weight difference is a big factor as well.
I pay no attention to the pushing and shoving. I pay no attention to the weight factor. What I pay attention to is the skill level that both guys show in and out of the ring. And what I'm seeing is I see a hungry Crawford, a Crawford that has been looking for the opportunity for a long time, finally getting the opportunity, and really ready to grab the opportunity. And with Canelo, I see a guy who not necessarily hungry, but loves to entertain, loves to give us the big fights. Always tries to give the big fights. He finds a way to give us big fights. Not gonna always win them, but he always try to give them to us. So he'll be a guy that, if he shows up and does the exact right thing, he can win the fight. If he don't do the right thing, which I don't see him doing, I don't know why he would at this point in his career. I don't know. It'll all be predicated upon how well Terence can take his punch.
Yeah. You said you don't think, or you don't look into the weight difference. Why?
When you know how to box, when you're as skillful as Terence Crawford is, weight don't really matter much. Only thing that matters with the weight is can you take the punch? And I'm sure you've been sparring with super middles and light heavies, so I'm sure you probably can take the punch. So that's the only thing when you got skill. Now if you don't have a skill, you can't take the weight, take it up. Because you're gonna lose your punch, you're gonna lose everything. But when you got skill, all your stuff that you have goes up with you.
Shaquille O'Neal, an enthusiastic supporter of combat sports, boldly claims that Crawford will win. His backing comes from watching Crawford consistently dismantle rivals with pinpoint skill and fierce drive. Shaq considers Crawford the more technical boxer and predicts that precision will bring a knockout. His belief adds buzz to the matchup and reveals the divide among experts and fans about how these contrasting styles will clash once the opening bell rings.
Everyone's talking about the one fight right now, Terence Crawford versus Canelo. Who do you got?
I gotta go Terence Crawford.
Terence Crawford?
Yeah.
Why?
He's the best ever.
Really? You think he's the greatest ever?
Yeah.
Over Ali, Muhammad Ali? I didn't know you were a big Terence Crawford fan like that.
You have to understand that there's eras, and in different eras, you can bring down the titles. Like, for example, Joker's the best big man now.
Right.
And I don't like.
You put Joker over you as the best big man?
Different eras and different time. It's not my era, not my time now.
True.
It's their time. So he's the greatest big man in the NBA right now. So I let the people decide who's that. But right now, Terence Crawford is the best. So, and Floyd, because Floyd has never lost.
So how does Terence beat Canelo? Decision?
He's gonna knock him out.
He's gonna knock Canelo out.
Yes, man.
So they're gonna have the fight at the Vegas Stadium, Raider Stadium. You're gonna be there?
I heard it was off.
No, it's back on.
Okay.
Now it's back on. It's in September 13th in Vegas.
Yeah, I'll be there.
You'll be there. Front row?
Of course.
All right, cool. You're the man.
Coach Robert Garcia draws attention to Canelo's latest outings, which he believes have lacked the explosiveness seen in earlier bouts. Garcia notes that even a slight drop in sharpness could offer Crawford a vital opportunity. He emphasizes that timing is crucial in boxing, and this might be the perfect moment for Crawford to strike. His viewpoint suggests that recent form and momentum may carry more weight than just a resume stacked with experience.
I would probably say Crawford versus Canelo because it's a fight that most of the people don't give Crawford a chance because of the size. But he's got skills, man. He's got skills. He's got good speed, good footwork. That's why I do give him a chance.
You do give.
I do give Crawford a chance, of course. Canelo's last few fights, he does his work. He gets work done, but never does that little extra to please or to. He knows he doesn't need to anymore, so he's just comfortable enough with just securing the win. He became a businessman, and I think that could be something in favor of Crawford. That if he comes out in his best and good footwork, Canelo is flat-footed. He his last fight, especially against the runner, he was throwing one punch at a time. Didn't even try to be aggressive and get him into the ropes. Throw combinations of 4 to 5 punches. He never even tried that. So I think at this stage, I am giving Crawford a big chance of maybe pulling it out.
Manny Pacquiao shares a respectful and wise view when comparing top-tier fighters. He reminds everyone that every boxer brings their own mix of power, tactics, and rhythm, making direct comparisons difficult and unfair. Pacquiao's insight urges observers to judge each fighter based on individuality rather than through rivalry or legacy comparisons. His words serve as a reminder that Crawford versus Canelo should be appreciated for its own competitive merits.
Best. I think if Canelo is saying that Crawford's a better fighter than Floyd Mayweather.
Crawford what?
Better than Floyd Mayweather. Canelo said.
Crawford can beat.
No, Crawford said Canelo. Canelo said Crawford's better than Mayweather. What do you think? What's your assessment?
There's a different style, they're both good fighters, so it's hard to compare yourself to others. Like,
do you think? Thank you guys. We gotta go. Mayweather against Canelo. Do you think he can do any of that?
What, Canelo?
Crawford do any of what Mayweather did against Canelo?
That's a good fight. I mean, we'll wait. We'll see.
Thank you.
Inside reports from Canelo's team reveal his training is focused on mastering control. By cutting angles and minimizing Crawford's mobility, he intends to trap Crawford, limiting his rhythm and range. This approach plays to Canelo's identity as a pressure fighter who thrives when he closes space. How well he carries out this strategy will likely dictate whether Crawford maintains his distance or gets crowded and shut down by Canelo's aggression.
As you see here, Saul Canelo Alvarez reveals his training to cut the ring off against a highly versatile fighter in Terence Bud Crawford coming up September 13th in Las Vegas, Nevada. Terence Crawford have the ability to switch from southpaw to orthodox, and Terence Crawford can also box on his toes and has a lot of power. What y'all think? Will this work? Let me know.
Brian Bomac McIntyre, Crawford's longtime coach, speaks with calm assurance about their fight plan. He stresses that Crawford has left no stone unturned, preparing for all possibilities. Bomac acknowledges Canelo's danger, but believes in their fighter's ability to adapt and perform under stress. This faith doesn't come from hype, but from tireless training, analysis, and ring simulation that has prepared them for any challenge that may come on fight night.
Somebody like that, like a Canelo, and not only is his offense, he's got to have defense too. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So, styles makes fights. Bud got the better skills, and he got the better mind too.
Do you think with the styles in mind, but also the weight in mind, he can get that job done based on he's just so much more excelling in the skill?
You know what? He gonna get the job done. I promise you that. He'll get the job done. Because Bud boxing IQ is off the charts. You know what I'm saying? Next to Canelo, I'm not taking nothing away from you, but Bud just a little bit better.
I can tell you fully believe in your fighter, and he believes in himself too. There was a slight back and forth at the press conference there. That was just a battle of belief. Who believes they're better? Obviously, Terence believes he's better. Did you look into that? What happened at the press conference there as the first
That's
war
just
of words?
That's just press conference, man. The reason why I believe into my fighter is because from day one, the first day he walked in the gym to where we at now, we haven't lost yet. Okay, he got 2 losses.
How does that affect him coming into this fight?
One thing about this, I always remember this. He got 2 losses, right? We got no loss.
Kell Brook, who has shared the ring with both Golovkin and Crawford, gives a rare inside take. He warns that Canelo brings a different threat, smart, powerful, and efficient. While he applauds Crawford's speed and tactical skills, he notes that Canelo's poise in intense situations makes him especially lethal. His view points out that Crawford must be sharp mentally and physically if he wants to overcome the complex challenge Canelo presents.
It's the wow fight. It's two supreme athletes fighting against each other, but you've got to sway towards Canelo. Crawford's gonna have to, move up, and I knew when I bought Golovkin, there's a big difference, especially with someone that, fighting a middleweight, a mediocre world champion's okay, but when you're fighting someone like, Canelo or Golovkin, it's a different kettle of fish. I have to lean towards Canelo, but Crawford's very, very, very good.
You think Crawford still got the legs? Obviously, he's very much got great IQ in the ring, but he's very much a good mover as well. Do you feel like he's still got the legs to be maybe outmoving Canelo if he needs to?
Well, I don't know. I think when we look back at Mayweather when he beat Canelo, he's a mover. Crawford's not really like Mayweather in that aspect. It's like he's more, he kind of sets his feet. He's cute with how he approaches chucking shots and moving. You know what I mean? I think it's a different fight to Mayweather, and Canelo's obviously a different fighter from when he boxed Mayweather. But like I say, it's one of them what we've got to tune into and watch. Both unbelievable fighters, but I'd have to favour Canelo. Just his size and his experience.
Crawford's standout quality has always been his ability to adjust mid-fight and break down any style. This chameleon-like adaptability has left even veterans confused and outclassed. Against Canelo, this talent becomes even more vital. He must learn and react to Canelo's timing, defense, and strength on the fly. Discovering cracks in an iron wall, his victory chances depend on whether he can stay smarter and quicker during every shift of momentum.
Crawford, on the other hand, he has been walking down his fighters, and people don't see that but me. For some reason, when I had that tape, people were screaming cat. And it's like David Evanesian, Errol Spence, Sean Porter, Gamboa, a meme machine. Even against Madrimov, the way he won the fight was by fighting. It wasn't Floyd Mayweather sticking. This guy has been too athletically gifted, and I mean explosive, hard punching, and too strong for his ops. When he's in orthodox, he boxes more. When he switch, he becomes a puncher. And now he's coming out southpaw. He ends you. He is not, you gotta watch him fight. He does do athletic things where his hands and his feet work together and he catches you for sure. But what he mostly do is he punishes and he bullies his op because he walks you down and whips your ass. He's an ass whip.
Turkey Alalshik's support adds weight and grandeur to the fight's image. His confidence in its global scale proves this is not just about boxing titles. It's an event that blends sports and spectacle on a grand level. Alalshik's involvement ensures that this fight will receive top-tier promotion, global viewership, and the kind of prestige that raises both men's stakes in ways that go far beyond the ring itself.
Wonderful.
Because we are true fighters.
Yeah, two fighters, but you are
True fighters.
true, yeah, of course. No, I'm not YouTuber fight.
Huh?
Not YouTuber fighters. Yeah, of course.
They need to talk and talk shit about the fight because they wanna say something. The people know we are great fighters. They wanna put a great fighting fight.
Yeah.
We don't need to talk.
I am sure in the end in the mid of September we will have one of the greatest fights ever happen in boxing, and I am sure